Right, so here's Profit Builder, and these are templates that you can use. They're marked club, so if you're not a member of our template club, you cannot install these. But if I go to Appearance and then PB Theme Options, this is where I can see some of the options that Profit Builder gives me. Profit Builder theme, that is. So I can use the general settings where I can upload a logo, set my logo size, favicon, iPod, icon, and so forth. I can change style settings. I can select the body font. I can use Google fonts, which most people do. I can select a header font, select my color settings. I can put in custom CSS if I know what I'm doing. And I can have a contact form message, which is not, and set up contacts, which can be used, if you have a staff. It's one of the things you can do here. And you can set up social network icons and page URLs as well. The layout gives us our header settings. Sticky header, which means the menu will scroll down with the person. The top header can be enabled or disabled. That top header is above the menu. You can change this header layout. Add widgets if you want. And you've got several other options here, such as a language bar, network icons, and that's those social icons we briefly touched on earlier. And you can set a tagline as well down here. You can also toggle the search option on or off, as well as the search style. And if you have a top header menu, you can add that as well. Header design. Here's where you can enable pre-designed Profit Builder theme menu templates. And here you can set things like background color, pattern, link color, borders, text color, menu distance between the links, hover effect, and so on. So there's quite a bit you can do here. Here too, you can actually enlarge your logo if you want to as well. And of course, for your responsive header, you can also select icon colors and so forth. And that is, what this means is if you're viewing it on a mobile device like a cell phone. Now, some of those pre-designed menus have a button, and this is where you just edit that. Text, you can enable it, animation, size, letter spacing, of course the link as well. And of course you can upload your own custom icon if you wish, as well as edit things like your text hover, border width, and so on. Breadcrumbs, this is pretty simple. Breadcrumbs are like a navigation element that you sometimes will see on other websites at the top of the page where it goes home and then your location. That's what this is. So you can turn these on or off. You can edit the background and set up a breadcrumb line like a little pipe or something. For blogs, you can hide the featured image on a blog post. This will go for all of them, all single blog posts. You can hide the post title or not. Hide the meta information, which is email and date it was created and so on. You can hide the post tags, author information, post navigation, which is basically, view the next post or go back to a different post. You can hide or show the post share, which is just Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, and Twitter and Pinterest. You can have a footer widget area, and that's this here, so it's similar to the top header. where you can have a menu or a tagline. And you can see here I've enabled a menu. You can select your footer menu that you would have created in Appearance and Menus, and of course edit your tagline. Here you can turn the blog archive sidebar on or off, and that's things like sometimes you go to a website where you'll see recent posts, archive, categories, RSS feed in like a menu at the right hand side. Well, that's this. So you can disable that or not, and you can also do it for single posts. You can even change the sidebar position as well. And you can set up widgetized areas if you wish as well. Most people don't do this because you don't want to clutter your sidebar. And here is where you can create your own custom sidebar to use within Profit Builder. And if you do a search in our knowledge base, Profit Builder 1 knowledge base, for a custom sidebar, you'll find how to create it and then populate it. And then here you've got widget style settings. You can set color, title color, and so on as well. Now you've got advanced settings here where you can set the layout of your site to be either responsive, that is, it'll respond to the size of the screen, or fixed where it will not. You can disable or enable the PB Theme mega menu. This is set to off by default. And the mega menu is, again, where it scrolls down as you go along. And you can enable comments on pages. You can also enable Open Graph meta tags. And this is good if you don't use a SEO plugin like SEO Yoast, for instance. And you can input tracking code like Google Analytics here, and then if you want to in the footer as well. So under layout, you can set it to a wide layout, which means it fills the screen, or a boxed. And this stuff generally people sort of leave alone, but you can edit it if you want to. It sets things like the margin, width for high resolution, medium, and low. You can hide sidebars if you wish, and so on. Featured images, this generally just applies to blog posts, and this is sort of the default width and height that you can set all featured images as if you wish, so it overrides everything. Language settings, you can set up different languages if you want, but we generally recommend if you're going to do that, like if you want to translate pages, you use a plugin like Transposh, which you would install. And there's Twitter settings as well. So you can set up, and this is just sample data, access tokens and things for Twitter. And then, of course, you can set up a backup option here. Now, this tab, WooCommerce, will not show unless you've installed the WooCommerce plugin. And if you have, and you have products, then you can set how many products you want to show per page for the shop page and product icon or archives, and you can also set how many columns you want to show. You can set how many columns you want to show for related products, as well as the product title height. You can enable metadata, social sharing, additional information that you might want to put in, or an import, description as well, product reviews, which is helpful if you're doing something with Amazon. Again, related products, if you have them, or if you imports from Amazon, for instance, you can hide breadcrumbs, change the add to cart text, because WooCommerce can be hooked up with a payment processor to process payments. So if you have your own products, there you go. You can edit advanced settings, such as padding. You can disable the add to cart icon, hide product count for categories. What that means is if you have a page where you just have a list of categories, if you have this set to off, it's going to show how many products are in the category. And you can do the same here. You can set things like the price color, background color, message link color, text color, icon, and of course enable social sharing. Right? And that is only if you have WooCommerce installed and active already. And it's the same thing here with WooCommerce product sidebars. You can choose to turn them on or off and adjust their position. And you can choose to edit the widgetized areas as well. Not many people deal with that because WooCommerce, as it is pretty complex already. So, I mean, setting it up, it's not that hard, but you can get really deep into it when it comes to setting up things like shipping, payment processors, and so on. So that, in a nutshell, is a quick sort of overview of everything that Profitability Theme can do with your site.